Hi everybody, it's Martyn the Flicking Feathers again today, and I'm tying another bass fly for you. This is a pattern of mine that I call the Bunny Boiler Baitfish. Obviously it's tied in a worm hook, so it's nice and weedless. Good for fishing in tight to cover and things like that. As always, the materials list will be in the description along with a link to social media. And also a Patreon account for anybody who would like to support the channel, help me cover some of the costs. That would be really appreciated. So let's get started. The hook I'm using is an offset worm hook. Right, this is a 1/0. Use whichever brand you prefer. Obviously you can adjust the size as well to suit. And I'm going to crush the barbs so I can get the beads on. I'm just going to put on 3, these are brass beads, 4.5mm. Right. I sometimes use tungsten, same size. It means I've got 2 weights or an extra heavy version, and you can also tie them unweighted, obviously. So we'll get the beads on, and then I'm going to just take some thread and build a wee dam just to stop them being able to slide off. And usually what I do when I tie with the tungsten beads, I'll put a spot of black marker or black varnish on this so that I can easily pick it out of my box. Whip finish. That nice and tight. Trim the waist. Right, and the beads are free and they can rattle a bit and click and what have you. I'm just going to get some super glue on this to protect it, stop it unravelling. So the tail section of this is zonker strip, and just standard width, and what I like to do is just cut a point just to get a bit better taper, and then I want the overall fly here to be about 3 inches, so just measure that and I'll come in, put the hook through the hide, let that sit. Now it will come in, a bit of super glue here, just catch that in. It's the same thread, this is just 6/0 Danvilles. Scissors. And I'll turn this. Make sure there's a decent thread base. And I don't mind catching down a wee bit extra rabbit fur, so I actually make the split in front of where the tie-in will be. I pull that tight, pinch and loop, 2 turns, turn in front, another one over, turn in front. That's that locked in. trim that waist. Now, obviously that's not much of a tie-in that you're getting here on this hook, so I'll just put a wee bit of super glue on my thread. And tie over. And then a wee bit of flash in the body. Just going to take 2 or 3 strands of crystal flash. Just pearl, whatever colour you like. Just V-tie that from the front. And I'll just trim that just slightly longer than the rabbit. Now, to help the transition between the head, I'm going to take some marabou. This is an extra select feather. I'm going to just take a bunch off of one side so that there's no stem or anything. I'll turn this over and I'm going to just sweep it so that it makes a sort of belly that just sort of helps to taper the dressing out. Tie that off. Trim your waist away tight. You've got to be quite particular here because you don't have a lot of space. I'll tidy everything off. And it's starting to sort of take shape a wee bit. And then for the head I'm just using laser dub, and I'm using silver minnow belly. It's quite white looking anyway. You could use the white, but I like the wee flashes of silver holographic through this. A reasonable bunch. And I want it to be sort of longer at the back so that it helps to blend in. Take a good 3 tight wraps, right? Make sure you get some durability out of this, because that's one of the complaints that a lot of people have with these laser dub heads, and it's just because they're not tying them tight enough most of the time. They're pretty tough if you make a point of getting them tied in very securely. I tie back over that, again trapping it. And then I'll just come in, just whip finish behind. Put that nice and tight. Cut away your waist. And then we're ready for some eyes, so I'll just sort of turn it sideways so I can see it a bit better. These are some 3D eyes, 5mm. Just going to take some super glue, spot it on the side here where the sort of hook starts to, the first bend is, the kink in the shank. Stick that on. Same on the other side. Oops. And then the last thing I do, just to help it with the maintain that sort of thin minnowy head, although you could leave it bulky. I'll take some Loon soft head. coat the wraps and the eyes, and I let this soak in just to the front section of the head, but level with the eye. Like that. Let it creep right into the laser dub, and you can just sort of squeeze it in there and set the shape, and that will stay like that as it dries and give you that nice wee baitfish shape. Obviously you can tie these in different colours, different sizes. This is just the white version. Chartreuse is good, it's a really good colour for bass and other warm water species. So, hope that was useful, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up below and subscribe to my channel. Tight lines guys, bye.